everybody, and welcome back to the Blossom Review. How are you? Today we're reviewing one of my favorite Japanese dramas of 2025. We're talking about TBS's Then You Try Making It, which came to a close last December. Before we start, very quick warning that this review should contain very mild spoilers, okay? Alrighty, let's start then. So this is the story of Ebihara Katsuo, played by Takeuchi Ryoma, a 30-year-old man raised in an extremely patriarchal family. He is very proud of his perfect life. He has a good job, a good house, and of course the ideal girlfriend who prepares home-cooked meals for him every single day. The girlfriend in question is Yamagishi Ayumi, played by Kaho, a receptionist who dreams of marrying and having a stable life. Katsuo and Ayumi have been together since university days, and while Katsuo is very happy that Ayumi takes the initiative to do everything herself all the time, Ayumi comes to realize that this relationship has made her lose her sense of identity and importance. When Katsuo decides to propose to Ayumi, he believes that this is a done deal. After all, he is the perfect boyfriend, she is the perfect girlfriend, and they surely have the perfect relationship, right? But when Ayumi rejects his proposal without hesitation and leaves the apartment that they've shared for many years, Katsuo's rose-colored glasses suddenly shatter into a million pieces. And so we're given a very clear question. Who are Ayumi and Katsuo outside their relationship? From there, Then You Try Making It becomes a compelling study on the patriarchy and its gender expectations, on the dynamics of familial, platonic, and romantic relationships, on the challenges of growing up and achieving personal independence, and on our ability and desire to change. Through a compassionate and humane story, Then You Try Making It allows its characters to be flawed, but constantly encourages them to reflect on their own actions and reassess their beliefs. Slowly but surely, they learn from their mistakes, they come to understand what made them who they are, and they are offered the chance to be different. This is a series that gives its characters agency, resulting in a narrative that is actively designed by the decisions they make, the internal and interpersonal conflicts they overcome, and by the interactions they share. Katsuo and Ayumi are complex individuals placed in a tale that bravely explores their inner worlds, investing every single scene into developing them without ever letting them lose their own unique personalities. Then You Try Making It is a flawlessly executed, character-driven series, carefully paced and beautifully delivered. These characters and the narrative they weave are built through a series of elements that come together to convey the series' main message cohesively and effectively. Beyond the plot and dialogue, Then You Try Making It carefully puts its theme across through its tone, motifs, metaphors, and production design. For example, cooking is one of the most important motifs in this tale, one that constantly represents a bridge not only between people, but one towards independence and a sense of self. And then Katsuo literally sells toilets for a living, another element that is meticulously used throughout. A lot of irony also comes to the surface with Katsuo's favorite drama, which is constantly shown watching. This melodramatic, corny, old-fashioned 90s style series of his creates a clear contrast with his reality, the cliches and misconceptions of which quietly feed his delusions until he finally decides to turn the TV off. Ayumi's appearance and style also become almost chameleonic throughout Then You Try Making It, representing first who she thinks she needs to be for Katsuo, than who she thinks she should be because of her friends, until she finally finds her own identity as who she wants to be. All of these elements are supported by an incredibly clever and beautiful visual identity, whose compositions reflect much of the character's emotions, but also allow the series to explore its more comedic side. The cherry on top surely is the cast's exceptional performances, with a special mention to the magnificent Takeuchi Ryoma. Takeuchi once again proves to be one of the greatest talents on Japanese television, delivering a nuanced, charismatic, and humane Katsuo. Actually, this story might have worked less had it not been for Takeuchi. Even though Ayumi's journey of self-discovery is definitely key to the narrative, you could easily say that Katsuo is the heart of Then You Try Making It. It is through him that the series deconstructs the patriarchy, showing how its systems and beliefs can hinder not only women, but men themselves. His antiquated, prejudiced mentality was fostered by his father, who told him that men should be strong and stoic and heroic. As a consequence, Katsuo struggles to make and maintain friendships. He struggles to ask for help and even care for himself. We observe as a patriarchy makes for lonely men who are incapable of honestly showing emotion, of sharing their burden with those who could offer them support, and of openly communicating with their loved ones in a way that would strengthen their relationships. After Katsuo and Ayumi break up, Then You Try Making It constantly places Katsuo in situations in which he's on the receiving end of his own thoughtlessness, prejudice, and sexism. And what a cathartic journey does this turn out to be, as we see Katsuo realize the pain he's inflicted on Ayumi, the opportunities he's missed, and the hypocrisy he's been living under. Meanwhile, Ayumi has also helped in a way to perpetuate such a sexist society by not fighting for her own identity, by not speaking up, by always caring for others but not caring for herself. But how can you fight for your own identity if you were never encouraged to nurture one? Ayumi has been taught to endure because a woman shouldn't be assertive. She's been conditioned to believe that being single is a flaw, that she needs to be chosen by someone else because a woman's goal should be marriage. And that's so ingrained in her mind that Ayumi spends the first half of the series making the same mistakes over and over and over again. But soon she realizes that she doesn't need to be chosen. Ayumi can choose her own path and she can prioritize herself. And she's more than capable of standing up on her own 2 feet and stepping outside her comfort zone on her own. At its core, Then You Try Making It is a story that reminds us that we are all supposed to live our own lives as whoever we decide to be. We are all bound to break away from our parents' examples, whether positive or negative, and question the society that surrounds us. We should definitely rely on others and communicate openly, but we ought to be able to take care of ourselves as well. We should be okay on our own, in our own company, within our own means. By the end of Then You Try Making It, we realize that this isn't just about deconstructing the patriarchy, but about deconstructing a relationship. This is about deconstructing the belief that we need to be in love, that we need to be dating or married in order to be fulfilled. As Katsuo and Ayumi look back at their time together, they realize that maybe the person they were seeing wasn't really the person they were looking at. By coming to terms with the fact that perhaps they never really got to know each other, They understand more about who they actually are and what they actually want. But most importantly, they understand who they aren't and what they don't want for themselves. With every episode, they untie a knot. And as they reach their last moment together, they realize how far they've come. As two people who are now confident in their own identity, they can decide whether or not to be together with conviction, because being in a relationship isn't a need, but a choice. And regardless of what they choose, their decision will surely represent who they are sincerely and wholeheartedly. So the final question is, should you watch Then You Try Making It? Rarely, very rarely, we stumble upon a series or a film that isn't scared of telling the story it wants to tell. It avoids the cliches and the need for the traditional happy ending, developing its characters so flawlessly that they are the ones who dictate where they want to end up. Such stories, so full of confidence in and care for its messages, are unique. And I believe Then You Try Making It is one such story. Then You Try Making It is a refreshing, kind, and irresistible journey of self-discovery, carefully punctuated by sharp social commentary. This is a visually joyful and narratively courageous story that dares to believe in our ability to change and become more accepting, celebrating the traits that, regardless of gender or societal expectation, make us human. Then You Try Making It is available on Viki. Quick reminder that you can find our complete review of Then You Try Making It on the Blossom Review, and over on Substack this week we reviewed Fuji TV's Pray Speak What Has Happened, which is available on Netflix. I'll leave all the links in the description if you guys want to give them a read. Guys, thank you so very much for being here. I really hope that you like this video and you subscribe so I can see you here every week for a new review. Take very good care of yourself and have a wonderful day today. Big kiss.